Yeah, brother. What, Billis?
Hey, you know who I am?
What are you from Assassin's Creed?
Yeah. Who else? I'm the Arrow.
Hello.
Green Arrow.
How are you guys doing today? Hopefully
The hood.
fantastic. I'm Tim. I have been heavily anticipating
casual.
this moment for a very long time, since the beginning of BO4. Alright, today we are going to be ranking every single Treyarch Zombies map from worst to best, from World at War all the way to Black Ops 4. There are 32 maps, it's quite the task, but I'm very excited for it. I was born ready for this. Years ago, I did this exact video excluding BO4 because the game hadn't released at that point. So, I'm going to be doing an updated version, and I'm going to be including some other maps that I used to rank.
You don't have to stay in the party if you want, but
So there's a lot more on the table here. And I've also realized since
just relax. You don't have to stay in the party if you don't want to.
I stress that this is an opinion-based video, it will never be clear to 100% of the audience.
Alright.
So, for the vast majority of you who...
Let's see how crazy I go, bro.
I need to find my backs on 2K20.
Alright, well, just have that playing in the background. I guess. But
But I don't know how, like,
you have a phone?
it's hard to grind, bro.
Oh yeah, the badges definitely.
Hold on. So Rainbow Rainbow something like Call of Duty, ain't it?
Yeah. Have you played PUBG? It's like a really close quarters version of that.
How much that game was?
$20.
Rainbow. Damn, this shit ain't that much. So you playing like against everybody?
Yeah, I'm not playing yet though, because I joined the match, so I was already playing. So. Oh, you gotta do a Frost. You there to talk at the Chonka Frost, and I forget who is that. That's not Clash. That's I always forget that. We had a Twitch, a Fuse, I think, a Capiteo, and something else. He's on your left. He's on your left. What are you doing? Oh, he almost got it too. Alright, yeah, you ready? You watching me still? I'm about to go nuts.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Alright, I got you.
Damn, you pulled out a pistol and a gun.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was the guy. Alright, let's go. Let's see. Mega Chef. Dude, all these dudes got numbers in their names. 4 and 2, Mega Chef. Mirror, he's got a mirror, imagine. Fuck it. Are we on offense? I think, no, we're on defense. Fuck.
We need to protect the biohazard container. Secure the room.
Okay. Don't just can't detect me. You already see me, buddy. Doesn't really matter, friend. Alright. I'm just trying to find somebody. Jesus. When we gotta stop playing 2K? It's been a minute. Yeah, it has been a minute. Alright, so. I mean, just hit me up if you want to run, bro. I've been telling you that.
I played 2K2 with you like one time.
Have you played? Oh, yeah, you did.
And I was fucking. I gave him the blue screen or something.
What's she saying to me? You had no mic, G? That's tough. Wow, nobody's there? You got down by a shark drone, that's tough.
Who are ISO?
Got him. What? Yo, how much health does this dude at, bro? He headshotted me? That's tough. Watch that, yo. I lit this dude up, too. I mean, you're a play shot, so am I, so. And I have an interior force, but, yeah. PC out, Brody. What is that? Bro, I want to go nuts on an offense, bro. Please in this round, bro. I killed one guy. Hopefully my teammates win this. It's literally a 4-on-3. Oh, no, never mind. 2-on-3. Come on, y'all. This is casual. He's on the stairs. He's on the stairs. What are you looking at? You saw the blood, bitch. Bitch, rush! You had a shotty! Oh my god, what's my teammate doing? My teammate's autistic. Yeah, he's dead. We lost. Fuck, man.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
How did he hit that? I'd like to know.
Watch this and agree to disagree. I appreciate that. We can all disagree. It's based on a culmination of factors. It's very complex. It has a lot to do with gameplay, design, story, aesthetic, pretty much everything blended up together. It's going to be very difficult. A lot of these maps are going to be interchangeable. I'm sure if you and I had a long discussion for hours on end, we could swap a few of them, but I have a pretty good idea as to how I'm going to rank these. If you could leave a like on this video, that would be magnificent. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future content like this.
Alright, wait.
Link
Let me go nuts.
that I think you'll really enjoy. And without further ado, make sure to get comfortable. This is going to be a lengthy one. Let's get into it. Coming in at your number 32 spot, the worst Treyarch Zombies map of all time, we have Bus Depot. It's not a surprise. All you have on this map is a mystery box. No perks, no power, no pack-a-punch. This is bare bones survival, and that's what this map was made for, is...
Wow, 1,000 ping?
to survive.
Really?
But compared to every other Zombies map, it just doesn't hold any weight. Again, I understand what they were going for here, but it's a very small fraction of one of the worst Zombies maps of all time. I think by default, Bus Depot comes in dead last. I have no animosity towards this map. If you're looking for a challenge, this is it. But otherwise, I would suggest playing literally any other map. Number 31, Transit, the worst Zombies map of all time. But because Bus Depot is a small fraction of it, it was placed a smidge lower. I would say Transit gets hated on a bit too much, but most of it is justified. Transit is the worst design.
I'm just watching videos until it starts. Alright, let's go. ISO, you still here? ISO, if you're still in the stream, You can join us if you want.
being on last gen was secure the room. Map would be
Oh wait, oh, I hate this part of the map.
because of the last gen limitation, Transit had to implement these cancerous features to slow down the pace of crashing. Treyarch, more specifically Jason Wardell, actually discussed this. The lava, denizens, and fog are all meant to bluff the engine and make sure everything is correct. The lava, the fog, the denizens, these forces,
Bitch.
I have a myriad of other reasons.
Oh yeah, we went crazy on GTA.
Arguably the worst.
I don't play GTA no more, so can't really say anything.
Nigga, it was like 100 cars.
Go all the way through
You got a Hellcat and everything on the number.
grab one of the parts. Lava Dodge are spawning in every couple of rounds. Rest is the electrocute. If you don't have enough points to string together either Galvanados or EMPs, you're going to have a lovely time with them. Pack-a-punching on this map is an absolute nightmare. You have to turn on the bus depot and carry it all the way to the power station and placing down, hoping that a zombie doesn't break it in the meantime when you make your way all the way to town. And if that door isn't open at that point, you have to go all the way back, get into the turbine, and retry it, rinse and repeat until the odds are stacked in your favor and you actually
Wow.
you have to build the pack-a-punch machine. And of course, your method of transportation, the bus, is less of a safe haven,
Wow.
more of a hazard. It's inconsistent, unreliable. You get trapped in there. That often leaves when you don't want him to. There are so many reasons to avoid the bus and just stay in one part of the map. And speaking of parts of the map, most of them are completely irrelevant. And the one good part of this map, town, doesn't have a weapon in it. If that wasn't enough, you have to make these characters battling on through the whole thing. So this map has very few redeeming qualities. I don't feel as though all of the characters deserved, but without a doubt, objectively speaking, the worst designed map of all time. Sure, I have never played this map. Sure, you can have a fun time with this map.
Bro, what?
That ain't fun. But if I'm being real with myself and I'm being real with you, Transit is the worst map of all time. And like I said, if this was on next gen, it would be a completely different story. I'm very curious as to how they would manage this map.
Oh, you know, window, that pussy.
Best map of all time ended up ironically being at your number 30 spot. We have Farm. Again, a small portion of Transit. I deemed it superior to Transit, however, because it essentially eliminates all of the inconveniences of Transit and condenses it into one small, fun survival map. A lot like Bus Depot, but with perks and with more space and viability. Don't get your hopes too high. There isn't Pack-a-Punch, and there really isn't much to work with, but this is the better alternative to a fun survival map. Like Transit and like Bus Depot, the atmosphere isn't fantastic, but I would definitely say Farm is a step up from those maps. At your number 29 spot, we have Doctor and Toin. Tim, how dare you? Hey, you know what? I'm just not allowing nostalgia to get the best of me. Alright, if I was, it would probably be higher, but I'm being totally objective about this. It's a bunker. That's what it was supposed to be. There was no bunker to this map in the first map ever. It was the foundation of zombies.
No, 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 Doc, 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 save me, Doc.
There are different versions of this map. Black Ops 1 version.
No, no, no!
Black Ops 3 and Zombies
Bitch, I swear. Save me, please, please, please save me. Doc, give me health. Please, 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 please.
Hey, so I'm catch you later, bro. I'm still be in the stream. I'm finna play with bro.
Alright.
Still be in the stream.
It does hurt a bit to play through this slow, but they gotta be consistent. It is just as primitive as the other maps I've talked about thus far. Well, right above it at the number 28 spot, we have the slightly better older brother, Baruk, which does everything that Knock does, but with perks and with an electric trap. It is just as difficult, if not more, and it's just as scary, if not more. Still have no pack-a-punch machine, and you still lack a viable wonder weapon. I honestly find Baruk to be one of the least player-friendly designs. There is not a single good training area. There isn't really a reliable
Okay. Bam, got him.
claw and scratch.
Adrian, what's up, Adrian? Hey, bro. Where they at? Oh, they're upstairs. That's a boner. Well, at least I get to kill them upstairs.
Hostage located.
Adrian wants me to ace these guys.
Green light on hostage extraction.
This is the map that I aced on like 5 times already with Sledge today. Well, no, 4 times. Oh! That's bullshit. Did not expect that coming. Did not expect that whatsoever.
Your way up there, of course, you have the Black Ops 1 remaster, which gave you a Winter's Howl. Really not much of an upgrade there. Black Ops 3, which gave you a Wonder Fizz machine and all of those perks. That's awesome. But I would say that if we're going to
honestly, right, bro?
It's one step above Nocturne Towin, literally because it is the second Zombies map ever developed. The expectations were still very low. I still think Verrückt is a decent map, but because of how anti-player it is and because of how primitive it is, I would say it's one of the worst maps by default. Coming in at your number 27 spot, we have Die Rise. For those of you who have been subscribed to this channel for a long time, you've come to realize that this is
Don't die to a
my
frost.
favorite map. Alright, I don't think it's the absolute worst, but it is nothing short of awful, especially in its design. Die Rise is a vertically inclined map. There's a lot more up and down than there is across, right? And that's where the vast majority of this map's issues arise. If you like the verticality of Die Rise, none of these issues tend to be a problem for you. But if you're like me and you don't like the verticality in a Zombies map, then all of the following issues bother you just as much as they bother me. At the forefront is, of course, fall damage. Having to jump from several different ledges around the map, having to maneuver through elevator shafts and steep drops. Now, typically on a Zombies map, the number one concern, the number one cause of death, should be the zombies, right? Trying to kill you. But no, on Die Rise, the number one cause for concern is fall damage, which I find to be problematic. This isn't Jumping Simulator, this is Zombies. And of course, there's the counter argument, get good, lol, which I understand. You know what? That's completely fair. Sometimes I time my jump poorly and I pay the consequences for it. But let's be real, most of the time when people fall to their deaths, they're surrounded by a horde of zombies and they have no other choice but to frantically jump off and just miss it, falling to their death. Game over. After hours of playing a Zombies map, who would have thought that the game would end by you falling off of it rather than the zombies seizing you? That's just my perspective on it. That's problem number one. Problem number two for me are the elevators. Those are where your essentials are at, your Pack-a-Punch machine and your perk machines, which are randomly generated, which does add an element of surprise and an element of fun. I do enjoy that, but for the most part, I do want to know where Jug is, and oftentimes on Die Rise, it can be a little bit hard to pinpoint. The elevators can crush you pretty easily, and you can also lose a Pack-a-Punch weapon if it decides to move on you. And oftentimes, you're just waiting for the elevators to either move up or down. It's just all a big waiting game. The boss zombie of this map, the Jumping Jacks, are unoriginal, complete rip-offs of the Nova Crawlers, the worst.
Yo, teammates, why didn't you go with me? Oh, it's Jackal. Oh, yikes. At least he's dead now.
Perk of all time was introduced on this map as well. Who's Who, the Easter egg, the characters, the story, all largely uninteresting, similarly to Transits. Again, my issue with this map is how prevalent fall damage is and how easily your game can be totally over after so much effort just by slipping off the map. And that's another thing. The wonder weapon of this map is Liquefire, one of the few redeeming qualities of this map. Genuinely an amazing wonder weapon, but it acts as a catalyst towards your own demise. See, this wonder weapon slips the zombies and the player. Use it towards a ledge, be extraordinarily careful, otherwise it'll fling you right off the map. I would say that if the wonder weapon, the thing that's supposed to be aiding your survival, is working towards your detriment, there's a larger issue at hand. The majority of the map is disgusting looking, and not necessarily scary, like a Nocturne Tone or a Varrock, just dirty. The rooftop is aesthetically pleasing, I typically stay up there. The Trample Steam was not going to fix all of Die Rise's issues. This is my least favorite map of all time. I don't think, objectively speaking, it's the worst. And I understand a lot of you guys out there do like Die Rise. Again, we have different opinions. I'm sure that there's going to be a map up at the top of the list that I love that you despise, and that's just how it is. At your number 26 spot, we have Voyage of the
Probably get
This
Raw.
map had a
Rainbow?
lot of potential, but unfortunately,
You probably should.
it was poorly executed. The Easter egg especially. I felt as though that could have gone a number of ways. The glaringly obvious one being saving the ship from sinking. I thought that could have been a really cool concept, but they didn't do that. And though the atmosphere clicks and you feel as if you're on the Titanic.
Okay, well, where is Ash? Let's go.
Titanic, somehow the atmosphere feels empty and sort of bland, primarily on the outside of the ship. On the inside of the ship, the color scheme is an improvement, but somehow it lacks...
Yeah, you should, bro.
Zombies.
It's really good.
Personally, at least. I'm sure you can disagree with that. That's problem number one. Problem number two is the general design. It is very difficult to distinguish different everything looks. Typically on a zombies map, there's this area, and then there's that area, and they're different. But on this map, everything sort of looks the same. On the inside of the ship, everything is sort of a clusterfuck, which is why I primarily train on the outside of the ship. And on the outside of the ship, there are many small obstacles in the way from you forming a comfortable train. Activating the Sentinel artifact isn't much of a chore, but unflooding the bottom half of the map sort of is. I would say there is an overwhelming amount of boss zombies on this map. I realize that's a BO4 problem at large, but on this map specifically, you have the Catalyst zombies, you have the
Stop TKing.
looking dudes that spawn in every round, and the problem is they don't really reward you at all for killing them. They just sort of exist, and they sort of just annoy you. The Kraken is a good wonder weapon, but the upgrades are a bit underwhelming, and it's not the most practical wonder weapon. It is very fun to use, and it's very unique. But really, Voyage of Despair lacks the intangible qualities that it could.
Well, I'm rushing straight through to see if I can get any kills.
It's a personal thing, but really, this is the least favorite of BO4. People prefer the other maps far more than this one. I would definitely say this is at the bottom of the barrel. At your number 25 spot, we have Blood of the Dead. This
I'll
is
straight to like a dumbass.
favorite because of how much I like Mob of the Dead. They took Mob of the Dead, my favorite map of all time, and sort of butchered it in the Black Ops 4 engine. But the design was the biggest issue for me. It felt totally unnecessary, the changes they made. They took a lot of integral parts of the map out, like the bridge, and they implemented a bunch of unnecessary ones to fill up space. I realize Richthofen's laboratory is essential for the storyline, but for gameplay, I'm not into my...
Teammate, no! You're such a faggot. You went to kill me. End of the game. Goodbye.
And really, that goes for the whole first half of that whole new area, that new facilities area. And there aren't many reasons to go to the Warden's house. They sort of stretched themselves thin in terms of design, and...
Okay, I got second place. Whatever.
Really didn't execute it as well as they could have. A moving pack-a-punch to me also felt unnecessary. And the Hell's Retriever, which used to be one of the most important parts of the map, that is totally decentralized by equipment. When you obtain the Hell's Retriever, it takes up your equipment spot. You know what else takes up your equipment spot? Your Wraithfires. Your Wraithfires deal infinite damage. So Wraithfires existing totally decentralize your will to go after the Hell's Retriever or the Hell's Redeemer. Wondergat continues to be one of the better wonder weapons in zombies, now with a new variant upgrade in the Magnum Gat, which is better. And what's also pretty good is the atmosphere. You're supposed to feel as if you're in hell, and I would say that is portrayed nicely. The storyline is interesting and bears significance, but cannot top that original Mob of the Dead story with the 4 gangsters in Alcatraz. Mob of the Dead set a very high bar, and Blood of the Dead did not come close to it. Much of the design felt unnecessary. It doesn't flow nearly as well as it used to, and honestly, I never find myself playing Blood because I can go on BO2 and play Mob.
And Alpha
My
Pack.
name's Christian, and this is my apartment. Its name is Slick. It's
Mob instead, which is far superior. At your number 24 spot, we have Shi No Numa. What separates this map from the other World at War maps is the viability of survival. I realize in the World at War version, it's completely glitched.
Wow.
24 zombie cap, and you can get to essentially unlimited rounds, but really what you're working with here is a Wunderwaffe, which is very good. You have a lot more space. You can actually train. You have the Flogger, which was badass. You have the introduction of the Hellhounds. Generally, a more pleasant survival. The atmosphere is hit or miss. It's a swamp. It's not delightful. Many people don't like it, but many people, like myself, don't mind it and find it actually to be a very good atmosphere. So take what you will from that. The design of this map is pretty straightforward. You have the central hub with 4 branching ones, each one containing a randomly generated perk, which I find to be one of the more fun qualities of this map. Don't get me wrong, the mud is a pain in the ass. There's still no Pack-a-Punch machine. There are many issues with Shi No Numa, and it's very primitive, but it definitely surpasses the other World at War maps we've gone over thus far. And honestly, Shi No Numa, in my opinion, is the most underrated zombies map of all time. We are focusing on the World at War version. There is a Black Ops 1 remaster and a Zombies Chronicles remaster, each one better than the last, slightly enhancing each experience. But the World at War version, though glitchy, though the easiest map of all time because of it, is still not a bad map. Coming in at your number 23 spot, we have 5, the Pentagon. One of the best concepts for a zombies map. Truly a remarkable setting. I love the characters, I love the unique story, I love the atmosphere. I love damn near everything about the map, except for the design of it. It is very anti-player. This map was actually ported straight from the campaign. There is a legitimate question as to whether or not this even should have been a zombies map, but it was. And although it wasn't perfect in design, it worked. However, there are some design flaws. First and foremost, your wonder weapon is the Winter's Howl, not particularly good. The only other means for infinite damage on this map is the electric trap, which is placed in a very inconvenient location, not practical sending the zombies through there because you yourself can get trapped in that very small room upstairs. It's very much out of the way. The only good training area on this map is on the middle floor in the war room. I suppose downstairs you can make the Porcine lab work, but really, this is a solo map. There's only one good training area. Everyone else is sort of screwed, has to camp in the elevators, try to make something work. It's very, very difficult. The map is very condensed, very close quarters. It's just not an ideal high-round map. It really strangles the player. And the weapons just aren't powerful enough to counteract that. I feel as though the player is too weak on this map, and the map is too imposing on the player. Some people really enjoy the challenge, and I do to a certain extent, but there are plenty of other maps that do all of what 5 does, but better. Getting around the map can be difficult, the teleporter is very inconsistent, and the Pentagon Thief being one of the primary factors in this map, I personally find to be actually very good. A very healthy challenge, a very minor chaos that stirs everything up and makes everything interesting. He runs around the map stealing your weapons, and if you kill him, you're rewarded with a fire sale and max ammo. A bonfire sale if you kill him without him touching you. That is a great risk/reward ratio. I really appreciate the Pentagon Thief, not many people do, but I can see why people don't like him as well. 5 is nowhere near perfect in design, but it does know its place. It's a challenging map. If you enter this arena, you're going to be kicked in the ass, and you best be prepared for it. There is a Pack-a-Punch machine. There are a lot more features than a lot of these other maps we've discussed thus far, but 5, I definitely feel, is not at the top of the list. Number 22, Dead of the Night, the least marketed zombies map of all time. Did you even know this map existed? Not many people do. This, like most BO4 maps, was a great concept, but was poorly executed for only a couple reasons. Honestly, I don't have many complaints about this map, but the ones I do are pretty major. I love the atmosphere. A giant mansion in the middle of the wilderness filled with zombies, with werewolves, with vampires. It's a Halloween nightmare come true. I don't have many complaints with the design itself. I think everything is sound enough. I really enjoy the Alistair's Folly. It's a hybrid of the ray gun and the Blundergat. It's a very unique wonder weapon. But there are some major things that went wrong with this map. Number 1, the boss zombies are overwhelming. You are totally overwhelmed the entire time you're playing this map after round 12 when the Nosferatu spawn in. Between the Nosferatus and the regular zombies and the Catalyst zombies and the werewolves, there is far too much going on. There are too many things trying to kill you, and they're each irritating in their own way. You have to adjust your play style so many different ways in such short time as they're being thrown in your direction. That's major issue number 1. Major issue number 2 is Pack-a-Punch. I love the idea of it, getting the 3 tuning forks in your own unique quest. The problem is the quests are not clear enough to the average player. You have to be a detective to figure this shit out on the first time. You're either Sherlock Holmes or you go to a YouTube tutorial to figure this out. I don't like that one bit. A lot of these quests to get the tuning forks involve finding specific objects around the map, which means you have to stare at the sides of the map trying to find that object for what could be an hour long. It's just a little unnecessary. If this process was trimmed down a lot more and was made a lot more clear to the player, I would love it. But that is a major issue on this map. This is a map I actually hated for a while, but it grew on me. And although it's nowhere near the best, it's nowhere near the worst. At your number 21 spot, we have Nuketown, one of the most irrelevant maps in terms of story, but in terms of gameplay, nothing short of fun. It is absolutely fun. The perks on this map are randomly generated, which adds an element of surprise. It's not like other games though, because you can potentially be getting jugged on round 20, which isn't ideal for the average player, but you could also be getting it on round 5, is Russian roulette. You're having a fun time with it. You could be screwed, you might not be prepared around Nuketown. The design is pretty straightforward. You have two houses, each with a backyard and a central area. You can train in the central area or in the backyards. Spacing is entirely plausible. The best thing you've got is a Red Dot 2, so you don't have a ton of firepower, but you do have a pack-a-punch machine, you do have the bare essentials, and with that, you have a fun time. There isn't much else to it. This was, of course, a multiplayer map at heart. The design isn't going to be perfect for zombies, but they made it work. I think this map is a bit simple to be high on this list, but I think I found a pretty good spot for it here. Right above it at number 20, we have its older brother, Alpha Omega. Its brother that finished its college degree, but still isn't perfect. The design is far different than the original Nuketown. There are two layers to it. Now, the top layer, the original map, which traveled up quite a bit, and the bottom layer, containing the bunker now, which essentially doubles the size of the map. The pack-a-punch machine and the perk machines are in dedicated locations. The element of surprise have been erased, for better or for worse. Alpha Omega has been complexity to it. If you change which I don't think it was.
Alright, well.
Nuketown was never aiming for.
No.